All right, everybody. I am back for one more run. Thursday night football between the Bengals and my Cleveland Browns. It should be a good game. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he is going to have to show us what he has. We know he has potential. It showed before. It showed a few times last year. So he's going to have to show us, was he worth the pick? Is he worth being the starter for the Cleveland Browns? Something's going to have to give for Cleveland. You can't continue to fall and expect to get paid, is my biggest thing. When you're a quarterback of his caliber, you have to perform. And let me tell you something. The rookie Joe Burrow from LSU, he played good. I don't know where people are getting he struggled. Yeah, he has to work on a little things, but Joe Burrow, he showed flashes that he can lead a team. It's nothing that he did Sunday that I had, that's negative to me in my eyes. So if Joe Burrow can continue to play the way he did, I'm not saying Super Bowl for the Bengals, maybe a playoff push for the Bengals because they played that good. Yeah, they lost, I understand, but they played great. They kept fighting. They didn't get down too bad. They played a good game. But if he can continue this, he can be a star in about 2 or 3 years. But, yeah, it didn't go as planned for him, but it's hope for them in the future. And he's only 23, so he has time to develop into a star. But we're going to talk more about this Thursday night game. It was Thursday night. It will be in Cleveland at 8:20. So Joe Burrow can get his first victory against Cleveland. So we're going to see how good this game is going to be. So let's talk about the Brown side of the ball. Feed your running back. Get your running back the ball. You have weapons on offense. You have weapons on defense. You have to get everybody involved. You have a man named Odell Beckham. Throw the ball. The man can get the ball. Throw the ball to your best receiver and let it happen. Don't try to make things happen for yourself. You got a star wide receiver in your position, and you're not even getting him the ball. So I don't understand that. You have to use your weapons. The defense, the front line, they're going to take care of themselves with Myles Garrett. They're going to take care of themselves right there. So they're going to put pressure on Joe Burrow. Okay. But what can the offense do to keep the defense from continuing getting on the field? So they're going to have to get it right because they laid a goose egg Sunday against the Ravens. It's no excuse of losing like that. I understand it had been a preseason, but you have to find a way to play better. And let me tell you something. The team that surprised me the most Sunday was the Washington football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. While the Washington football team, they got the sacks. They got to the cornerback a lot. The reason why they done that is because Philly lost a lot of offensive firepower on the line. So, but I said on an earlier podcast, it was the offensive line versus the defensive line. And Chase Young, he's going to be phenomenal. He's going to have time to develop, and he will be in the running for Rookie of the Year. The same with Joe Burrow. So I'm done talking about Thursday Night Football because I don't like to be on subjects alone. I like to give it to you and then go to the next subject. Like in the Dolphins, for instance, the Dolphins, it's time to get Tua some reps. It's time to get Tua in the game because the quarterback we have now, Fitzpatrick, he's not going to get you where you need to go. Tua, to me, he'll be ready to roll. He is ready to go now. Give him the ball. Get him reps in practice. Get him ready. Maybe in week 3 or maybe in week 4, give him the start because Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to get you far. He's not going to get you what you need. That all showed Sunday that he is not that guy for the Dolphins. So let's just continue to hope that Tua finally can come out and be the starter and be the man that we all know that he could be. But we know Miami doesn't have the best team in the world. But I do know this: they're hungry and they're ready to play. So let's talk about Phillip Rivers. Has Phillip Rivers fell off? Has he fell off? Because he didn't have his best game neither, just like Tom Brady. But I tell you who did have a good game. Yeah, they lost. I understand, but he will get you yards, and that's Matt Ryan. Every year, Matt Ryan, he is great, but he doesn't have what he needs. He doesn't have that ring, but he will go down as a maybe top 20 quarterback that never won a ring, but he is there with the big guys. He's there with the big boys. So Atlanta, Atlanta has a team. Okay, they have a defense, they have an offense. It's just the Seahawks were just better that day. Because if you don't have an answer for Russell Wilson, then it's not going to be good for you. So you have to have an answer to slow down a Russell Wilson, a Lamar Jackson, and a Patrick Mahomes. If you don't, it's going to be long for you and it's going to be bad. But Atlanta, they have firepower. You have Todd Gurley. He looked good. He didn't look bad at all. He looked good. I watched the game. I had to sit there. I had to watch him play. He looked good, but he can get better. So, and Julio Jones, he was shut down most of the game. So we're going to move on from that. So just get Calvin Ridley involved a little bit more. And also the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had them losing that game, but Jacksonville didn't give up. Jacksonville, the quarterback, I thought that he was going to play horrible, but he didn't. He proved me wrong, and I'm sure he proved a lot of other people wrong also. But like I said, it's still an early season. We're going to see how far that Jacksonville can go. But Jacksonville, they're young. They're very young. So let's see how far Jacksonville can go. And in Chicago, don't get too excited with Chicago because Chicago, yeah, they won. They played the Lions, but they won. But I don't see them getting past Green Bay, Minnesota. So the schedule will get longer and harder for Chicago as the season goes. But like I said earlier, it was no preseason. A lot of teams were nervous because you have to get those preseason games and get things like that under your belt. I see why preseason is important, but due to the coronavirus, we didn't have an opportunity to see a lot of practices. But my main thing, and I know a lot of people keep saying it, and I said the Dallas Cowboys. It's a big mess in Dallas. My thing is in Dallas, you got one of the greatest safeties, and yeah, I said it, one of the greatest safeties sitting home in Earl Thomas. You have no defense. What do you have in Dallas? One of your best linebackers or two of your best linebackers are out. Your pass rush, where is that? Yeah, they look good on paper, but they look like trash. Absolute trash. So you don't have anything. You got rid of Byron. So what else do you have? You got offensive power and still didn't get nothing done. Dallas had a great offensive line. But what happened? What happened to that? when you have great when you have a great offensive line, there's no way that your quarterback should be getting knocked out like that. It's no excuse for that. Aaron Donald owned that offensive line Sunday. He did. He owned that. He owned it. He owned them. You can't expect to go anywhere and make a deep playoff push if your cornerback is getting knocked out like that. You have to protect your quarterback at all times. But Aaron Donald owned them. Mark my words, he will be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. If he continues to play like that, he got it. Let's get into some baseball games today. I know a lot of people love baseball. I like baseball. I can't say I love it, but I like it. Let's get into the games from yesterday that I didn't get a chance to go over. Let's get into some from Sunday. I want to start from Sunday and just catch everybody up. The Braves beat the Nationals 8-4. The Yankees beat the Orioles 3-1. The Marlins beat the Phillies 2-1. The Red Sox, they beat the Rays 6-3. And the Royals beat the Pirates 11-0. And the Cubs beat Milwaukee Brewers 12-0. The Indians lost to the Twins 7-5. The White Sox beat the Tigers 5-2. And let's get you to the games on yesterday. The Reds beat the Pirates 3-1. The Marlins beat the Phillies 6-2. And the Cardinals lost to the Brewers 2-1. And the Seattle Marlins beat the Athletics 6-5. So let's get you to the game. Let's get you caught up today. The Pirates versus the Reds today. This game is at 5:40. Red Sox and Marlins, Nationals and Rays, the Mets and Phillies, and the Blue Jays and the Yankees, and the Royals, Tigers, Orioles, Braves, and the Cardinals versus the Brewers, and the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago White Sox. That should be a pretty good game. But you have to remember, baseball it's a good sport, hands down. I don't care what nobody says. If you never watched or never been to a baseball game, man, you can't tell me that baseball is boring. Baseball is a great sport. And I think a lot of people get baseball confused, man. When you've been to a game, you see how passionate, the fans are when it comes to baseball. Baseball, it's good, and I'm glad baseball is back. But let's switch over to college football. The SEC will be starting really soon. That is what I'm looking forward to seeing. And I know a lot of people are ready for the LSU and Alabama matchup. But let's watch for Florida Gators. Let's watch for Florida Gators. And another top subject I want to talk about while I have time is the Florida State Seminoles. Now, I don't know what's going on in Florida State. Whatever's going on in Florida State, it needs to be fixed before it gets too bad and nobody can control it, because Florida State is one of the greatest college football schools that anyone could think of. Besides your Texas and your Alabamas and your Georgias, your Penn States, Ohio States, Florida State is there. But it's not what it used to be in Florida State. And I know, a lot of Florida State fans out there, you have to win. You got to go full force with it. So we're going to see what Florida State can do in the next coming weeks as we get deeper and deeper into the schedules. But Florida State really let me down this past weekend. Iowa State, they lost to Louisiana Lafayette. You can't overlook these teams. And I think that's what's going to get a lot of big teams in trouble this year if they're going to try to overlook these small schools. That's something you can't do. Don't overlook the small schools. The small schools are out to beat you. Yeah, they get paid to come play you, but they're really trying to beat you. So Florida State has to get it under control. But like I said again, you have to watch out for the Florida Gators. Tennessee Vols, they also is a team, could be a dark horse because they always start off great. They get the recruits there in Tennessee. Everybody want to go to Tennessee. So it's not, you can't tell me that if you don't want to go to Tennessee, come on. You know, but the Vols is good. It's a good team. To get out of Alabama. If Georgia can't do that, then Georgia's never going to go nowhere. Auburn, they're good. The whole ACC is good. So, like I said, it's coming up real soon in a few weeks. The SEC is back. But I want to talk about the Heisman Trophy right quick. I want to have a little bit of time. The Heisman Trophy could come down to a few players, but I'm going to have my eyes on them. But for sure, Trevor Lawrence and the young man out in Oklahoma, he's good. But so far, my Heisman pick, if I had a pick, but it'd be Trevor Lawrence right now. Trevor Lawrence, he is my clear-cut favorite right now because he is really the only, to me, great quarterback we got right now. But Alabama, we have some quarterbacks too, but we're gonna see how far Trevor Lawrence can lead his team this year. But we know this is his last year, so we know he will be a first round draft pick next year. So, but I'm looking forward to continue to watching him play because you don't get that talent every day. Of a Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow, or a Tua. You don't get talent like that every day. So we're about to close in about 10 minutes, but let's be happy that we have sports back. And everybody just be safe out there and be careful. If they tell you to put on the mask, just put it on, so we can get back to these great games that we lost. We lost a lot of great games, due to this virus. So, like I said before, hopefully next year we'll have the fans back. We need the fans because the fans make the game, believe it or not. But let me touch on the NBA subject right quick. Guinness, the Greek Freak in Milwaukee. I don't think he'll be back next year, but if he decides to stay, what do they need to do for them to get to the playoffs again, make another deep run? Do you get rid of Bledsoe, Middleton? You get rid of the coach? Or you have to remember, you have to build around your guy. You have to build around your guy. But he doesn't get a pass for the injuries because the injuries is a part of the game. So the Greek Freak don't get a pass for me because injuries is a part of the game. So he has to find a way to not to fold because he folds under pressure, and that's not good. But he's gonna have to find a way. If you don't want to be in Milwaukee, hey, it's always Golden State, Miami, Atlanta, where where you can build your status. But one of the most loyalist players I've ever seen on the face of basketball is Dame Leonard. Dame, to me, is loyal, man. I've never heard him complain about his contract I never heard him complain not one time. But that's it for right now, everybody. And I hope everyone have a great morning. Enjoy y'all day. I will be back later tonight or tomorrow. But like I said, if y'all love the shirts, just let me know and we can get you one out there to you. So like I said, everybody have a great day. And thanks for listening to the Big Show's podcast with Kelston Jones. Thank you.